a beautiful Monday morning here in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to Business Morning. I'm Harriet Agbinyi. Well, the year is still young and expectations are high. Now, being a new year, plans are in top gear for both private and government organizations on how to make the year a better one. And this week on the program, we'll be looking into the new year and what it holds for some areas of the economy, and of course expectations of key players for some of these sectors. Now, today our focus is on the budget, that is the 2014 budget. You will remember that on Thursday, December the 26th, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, well, maybe not December the 26th, but sometime in December, just before the holiday, the Minister actually laid the 2014 budget estimates separately before both chambers of the National Assembly in event that was devoid of the usual speech making and other ceremonies associated with the event in the past. Now, this came after the non-reconciliation by both houses over the benchmark oil price stopped, which was what stopped the president initially from presenting the budget himself. Now, the proposed aggregate expenditure is 4.6 trillion naira, which is lower than the 4.9 trillion naira budgeted in 2013. This year's budget is tagged the budget for job creation and inclusive growth, and it will continue the president's transformation agenda, at least for several sectors of the economy. Now, on the program today, we'll be looking at a breakdown of this budget and how we can get it right in our budgeting process going forward. And I'll be speaking to renowned economist and financial consultant, Dr. Boniface Chiesa. Well, before we get to that conversation, let's take a look at the Nigerian capital market. Now, the Nigerian equities market ended last week on a high. Remember, there was only 4 days of trade as the market was closed on Wednesday for the new year. But for the first trading day of the year, which was on Thursday, the market resumed 0.24% in negative territory. But on Friday, the market posted a gain of 0.54% on the back of price rallies in the shares of Guinness, Total, Nigerian Brewery, and Flour Mills of Nigeria. Well, Total was the day's highest gainer, adding 8 naira 66 kobo to its share price. On the flip side, the top laggards were corn oil, Mobil, and Cadbury out of 25 stocks that declined. Well, the NSE All-Share Index ended the day's session at 41,450.48, while market capitalization added 71.04 billion naira to close higher at 13,213.26 trillion naira, which is the highest in 5 years. The turnover volume grew by 7.16% to 524.5 million shares valued at 4.20 billion naira and exchanged in almost 5,500 deals. Well, I'm being joined now on the program by Rotimi Fakeyejo, stockbroker with the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the Managing Director of Enterprise Capital. Good morning, Rotimi, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Harriet.
Now, the key indicators at the market finished on Friday 0.54% higher. Are there any indications that this will be sustained today?
Well, today is a Monday. On Thursday, when the year opened, we saw the market coming down as a result of some profit taken on some stocks. But I think on Friday, we saw the market reviving and raising up, and the week closing with 0.29% gain. The year to date is 0.29% gain, and the week gain was about 3.0 or thereabouts%. I think basically for what we say today being a Monday, a typical Monday at is, everybody is just resuming work. There is every likelihood that we may not really see such positive change today. But basically, I think as we move into the week, people are going to get well positioned and we're going to have a balanced trade. So today it could be either way, but most importantly, I believe if given the way it is, we may not likely, if you don't have any of the big cap stocks dropping significantly, then we may still close the market level. I mean, at a level position. But I believe, to me, there might not really be real movement today.
Well, which equities now should we be on the lookout for?
Well, I think we're already in the new year, and I think the auditor report of the previous year, some of them that are doing continuous audit, I think we may be getting their results maybe before the middle of February. And I think in that instance, I believe stocks in the consumer goods sector and also industrial goods may really be investors' delight. And I think for one stock in the banking sector, by UBA precisely, I believe is really going to attract investors' attention. And I believe when you look at the dividend yield for that stock as to be paid compared to other stocks in the same sector, I think it may really be the one that will get investors' attention more and faster. So I think UBA may really be a stock to watch.
Now, looking at the trend we've seen over the last trading sessions, especially as regards some of those equities that actually purchased some of the distribution and the generating companies like Transcore, Forte Oil and the rest of them, do we expect to see investors to continue to show apathy towards the stocks, or how do you expect them to fare, at least for today and maybe the rest of the week?
Well, I think particularly for Forte Oil, I think we saw the stock trading at well above 100 naira before the year, until it closed the year at about 108 or 98 naira thereabout. I think for me, Forte Oil is going to bounce back to the price that it was, I think well above 120. So I think it's really going to get a lot of focus from investors, because I think for the first time after several years, they're going to be paying dividend. Then also for Transcorp PLC, I think since inception, we have not seen investors have not received dividend from Transcorp PLC, and they have promised that going by the third quarter result that they released and the expectation for the last quarter, that they're going to at least start paying dividend this year. So I think for this reason, we're going to see more activity in those two stocks. In the power generating sector now, and I think at the same time as well, there is a need for investors to actually give more attention to these two stocks because of the increase in the turnover that we're going to see, and also in their bottom line. This will be as a result of what they're going to get from the new investment they have made, and I think it's not really going to the kind of leverage they're going to have is going to be much more than any other stock that they are playing in the same sector. So I think basically these two stocks as well are really going to get investors' attention. I believe we'll still see good movement in Forte Oil PSC especially.
Now, are we going to also expect to see more activity in penny stocks?
Well, for penny stocks, I still have my reservation for that, because when you look at a stock like Unity Bank, it's the here and there. It's a very peculiar penny stock at 50 kobo right now. We've seen it got into about 74 kobo, maybe about a month before the end of the year, and definitely it's gone back to par value. I think what is most important to investors that they should really look deeply into is the fact that what are they really after? Is it an unfounded capital appreciation, which may either be there or not, or a stock with sound fundamentals? And to me, I believe investors should go for the latter, sound fundamentals. So if that be the case, I believe that investors will really have to take it very cautiously when it comes to investing in these penny stocks.
Well, so do we expect, well, you already said what we should likely be expecting today, since the market isn't really that full. Some brokers are not yet back from their holiday. But apart from today, do you get this general impression that the market might continue the bullish trend recorded in the last two trading days for the year? That is the first two trading days of the year, I beg your pardon. Do you expect the bullish momentum to continue at least for the rest of the week?
Well, I think even if there isn't any movement today, as I said earlier on, I think as we trend towards into the week, we're definitely going to see a positive movement, and the bullish trend might return. And notable of the first quarter of the year, whereby investors will be putting a lot of money into the capital market. I think definitely we're going to see the bullish trend continue, although it may not be at the pace with which we saw the year close.
Well, thank you so much, Rotimi, for sharing your thoughts with us this morning on the program. Do have a profitable trading session.
Thank you.
Well, I've been speaking with the Managing Director of Enterprise Capital and a stockbroker with the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Rotimi Fakeyejo. He joined us live via Skype from the trading floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But we're also going to be speaking with our correspondent, Temple Ashajo, who is also at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Hello, Temple. Well, hopefully we get to connect with Temple before we start our conversation for today, which is going to be on the budget. We'll be looking at the budget for 2014. And Business Morning returns in just a moment. Join us again.